guys? Welcome back. With the incoming flood arriving to Fortnite, and with the Fortnite Doomsday event right around the corner, it seems we are going to be in for a pretty crazy final event this season. But in this video, we are going to be looking at all the new information about which locations are going to be flooding in-game this season, as well as some pretty exciting gameplay of the final event. You guys are not going to want to miss this at all. So guys, let's do this. Yo, Star Wars. Hey, if you guys like Star Wars, then check out someone else's video, because this is not a Star Wars video. No, seriously, it's not a Star Wars video. Guys, welcome back to Fortnite. We are on the cusp of some great changes this season. And by great changes, I mean terrifying, game-altering changes that will last forever. Oh, boy. Who you think you clowning? Who you think you are clowning? The theme of Season 3 seems to be water. We know that for sure. And we have seen a bunch of changes already in the game's files, in-game, and leaks. But in today's video, we're going to be uncovering all the locations that we know are about to change. Well, it's not that they're about to change, it's that they're about to flood in a pretty crazy way. And our adventure takes us here to Salty Springs. Okay, this is where it all begins. With this house, we can tell the future of Season 3. By the way, half the house was like destroyed, so I had to rebuild it. Just so you know. We've talked about this house quite recently in Fortnite. This is Midas's golden chair house. You guys know the golden chair was taken to this location. Now, this is the same house that has been featured in some of the Season 3 posters that are to do with the incoming flood. This is the very same house. So the presumption is Salty Springs is going to go underwater. It's gonna need one of those floaty rubber ring things. You know what I'm talking about? One of these things. It's gonna need some of these. This whole location is actually going to flood, and it's the perfect location to flood, right? It's so flat. You can imagine the water rising up and players having to swim around to get inside all these buildings. You know what? Actually, in fact, we don't even need to imagine, because we have gameplay. This has been passed around online. By the looks of it, it's not the official event by any means, but it seems to be some kind of clever recreation on what this all might look like. Houses flipped up, buried in water, while players have to explore, find chests, whilst maneuvering through the deep blue ocean. Yo, pretty spooky. I'm pretty spooked out right now. I'm shook. You know something I've been thinking about as well? I'm pretty sure we've already talked about Salty Springs getting flooded. Yeah, we did, right? In like the last season. I'm pretty sure there was something about that happening. So I don't know if Epic is just late to the party. I can sort of imagine it now. They're all around the boardroom. Like, hey, you guys remember that time we flooded Salty Springs? And then somebody's like, hey, we never put that in the game. We never did that. And they're like, oh, guess we better do it. Season 3, boom. This is the house in the poster. There is no other house like this in Fortnite right now. Salty Springs is going under. Now, I know some people are going to be put off. Some people are going to be like, Epic, but Salty Springs is my favorite location. It's OG to Fortnite, and we don't really want to lose it. Well, you make a good point, but neither me or Epic Games actually cares. Listen, they took Polar Peak away from me, so I'm salty forever. I'm salty forever. I think everybody's favorite location should be taken away from them. Why not, right? Why not, huh? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh, got him, boy. Yo, let me hear that ding noise again. Yo, I didn't hear it. One more time. That's a ding, baby. Oh, we are sick at this game. Oh my goodness, where was he? How did he survive so long not moving? Did you hear him? I got a few words to say to you, but I can't say them whilst recording. So just know that I'm very unimpressed with your performance. I think you're not very good. We'll just leave it at that, hey? Okay, so the next major changes that we need to talk about seem to be happening here around Frenzy Farm. Yes, that's right, we're back talking about Frenzy Farm, but this time it's not fire, it's water. Oh, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. We know this location is changing. We talked about it burning down, but it looks like burning down is not the only thing. You guys might remember in the last video, we talked about the theme for this season, season 3, being water. There was a bit of extra information which I didn't quite realize, which said these locations can be seen on the Travis Scott loading screen, which of course is this one right here. We can see at Frenzy Farm, literally at the Frenzy Farm location, that there is a bunch of extra ponds and water that seems to be in this area. At that time, I didn't really notice this, but suddenly, my goodness, there it is. Yo, wait a minute. Am I hearing C4? Pretty sure I heard C4. Ah! Now, for the record, I might have cut most of that fight because what just went down should never see the light of day. I am embarrassed, yes, but let's not talk about it. It seems like one of the locations that is going to flood is right here, right? Pretty sure that makes sense. Right here, this area has already got water in it, but this farm is gonna be flooding. Yo, and this farm. What? This is one of the areas that is literally about to start flooding. Somehow, water is going to be coming up here and rising to the surface. I don't quite know how. Poor farming, maybe. I'm no expert though. Shout out to all my farmers in the comment section. Holler at me. Yo, and this is the next location. So what is about to happen here? What is about to go down? What are you shooting at, bro? I'm talking about this. Leave me alone. What is about to go down here? Yo, maybe something's about to explode, causing a giant ditch here. Maybe something to do with the Doomsday machine. I mean, it's so early days, but I'm pretty excited to find out. Aren't we all? Hey, not that guy. That guy ain't excited to find out because that guy's a dead man. Yo, super quick while I got you. I don't want to talk too much about this because I don't want to get off topic. You notice that there is a giant crack on all of these rocks. They're like a scar, right? You know who also has a scar? Midas. Could this rock secretly be Midas? Find out in the next episode. Woo! But it's not just Frenzy Farm that is going to receive these weird flooding effects in-game. We can also see to the western side of the map between Sweaty Sands and Holly Hedges. There's also going to be a bunch of rivers forming, which is also kind of weird. Now, I do have a pretty spooky theory on it that I think you guys are going to want to hear, but it is a theory. It is a conspiracy. So take it with a pinch of shark. If season 3 is going to be the season of flooding, and the most amount of flooding we've got are these little pools and rivers that are appearing across the map, that to me doesn't sound like an amazing theme for a season. So what if these little pools of water are in fact locations where water is going to rise out of the ground? You guys remember the floor is lava, the game mode where water would rise up throughout the game? What if we're going to have something like that in Fortnite, but instead of lava, it's water? So locations that are lower to the ground throughout the game will slowly rise, which probably would create an amazing theme for Fortnite, right? That would explain how Salty Springs is going to go underwater but not be removed from the game. Yo, it just makes so much sense. Hold on, boys. Yo, that guy's career doesn't make any sense. Yo, he got dumpstered. Yo, boys, I don't know what happens. Things escalated pretty quickly. We've suddenly got a bit of a showdown here. Yo, bro, I'm not trying to promote Star Wars. This ain't a Star Wars video. This is supposed to be Doomsday. Yo, bro, the storm is coming in, so this might be more about health. You know, who has the most health? I could shoot you in the back right now, but I know that would be dishonorable. I won't do it for the meme. Da, 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 da. Oh! Kylo Ren, get dumpstered. Yo, wait a minute. Was that actually Kylo Ren? That wasn't Kylo Ren, right? Season 3 is going to be the rising flood. It really seems that way. Not just Salty Springs, not just Frenzy Farm, but a whole entire island looks like it's about to start flooding. I was desperate to not make this a Star Wars video, but bro, when you got lightsabers everywhere, I mean, ugh, what are you supposed to do, right? What are you supposed to do? Yo, look how I'm playing with this guy. Look at this. This is lightsaber domination. Come back, you boy. Don't do it, bro. Oh, don't do it. That's a wrong move right there. That's a wrong move. Yo, if anybody feel the need to leave me alone anytime soon, that would be appreciated. No! The one time I didn't have my lightsaber drawn. Kylo Ren! drawn. Why? Yo, look at this guy. This guy thinks he's it. Yo, you think you're it because you can play the trumpet? Yo, you think you're it because you can snipe? Yo, you think you're it because your cap is backwards? Oh, if I only had my lightsaber drawn. Guys, hope you enjoyed today's video. Let me know what you think about everything we've talked about. And of course, as always, guys, if you want to support the channel, you can do so by using the support to creator code that is on screen right now. Guys, thank you so much for watching. From me, this backwards wearing cap looking at. I'll catch you all on the next season 2 Fortnite video. All right, guys. Peace.